Yo, what is good everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. And in today's video, I'm going to be playing Geoguessr, but I'm not allowed to zoom in on the minimap at all. This is a concept I've never really done on the channel, and I don't really know why, because it's really fun. So let's get into things here. So this is what we have here. We can place down our marker any which way we like. We just cannot zoom in like so. And also, when I play, I have the map on full size like this normally, but at the end of the video, we're going to try with the map downsized all the way down to the minimum size and see if I can even get a good score using this map only. Actually pretty crazy, but for now we're going to use this size, relatively achievable. And this round to me looks like it's probably going to be in the province of Ontario. Ontario has this kind of pole top here, also this red tag which you can see on the pole here, common in, oh, I just zoomed, no doing that. Also common in Quebec and Ontario though, but where do we want to go? I feel like this is a bit further west in the province, so maybe towards the Great Lakes here. Gosh, you really can't get very precise. I'm just going to try and line up my mouse the best I can here. I think it's probably around here. So let's make our guess. Yo, that is actually ideal. 44 kilometers. I was practicing this road recently. I think I recognized it. So that is obviously a pretty crazy start. Let's see if we can keep that up. Next one here. Also relatively achievable. I would say it's a smaller country this time. This is going to be Sri Lanka. We've got this very wide blur, which is something you do see in Sri Lanka, as well as a number of other countries, but we've got this A-frame pole as well, very common. Obviously, with Sri Lanka, it's really nice to actually get a proper zoom in, but that pretty much applies to any country, to be honest. So we're just going to have to line it up. I think it's more towards the south of the country. Oof, we just don't have enough pixels to get a really accurate guess here, but I would say something like that. Maybe even a bit further south though. I'm gonna go for that. I think that's decently close. Okay, 91 kilometers away. Wasn't actually too far south. It was just in the capital city of Colombo there. Actually, that's not the capital, is it? Which one's the capital? Oh, it's just whatever south of it there. Sri Jayawardene Pura Kote. I never remember that, but they're basically next to each other. Regardless, we are on track for the 24K score. Imagine if we got it first try. This is more challenging though, I have to admit. I'm not quite sure where this is. Like, I'm not quite sure where I want to place it. Definitely Russia, obviously. Well, Russia's definitely not the worst country for this game mode because, to be honest, we've got all the oblast borders here. I wonder if we take down the map size, you can still see the oblast borders. So it's really not that bad. I can definitely make out where I want to guess. If I know where I want to guess, I'm actually not too sure. You know, it kind of looks, it kind of looks a bit like Kazan, which is around here, if I calculate correctly, but it also kind of looks like Kurgan. So I think I might try Kurgan here, but I do think east-southeast. I'm just going to go for central Kurgan here, guys. I think it's decent, but it's probably further west if I got it wrong here. So that's about my best idea right like that. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, not too bad. It was just off to the side of Kurgan there in Chelyabinsk Oblast there. Yeah, just the same road that I guessed, actually. That is pretty remarkable. We've guessed the right road twice in a row here without being able to zoom. Definitely very difficult, but the fact that we got Canada and Russia makes our 24K attempt pretty hard. We're going to need small countries from here and very accurate clicks to boot. And the next one here, okay, the next one here does fit the description. It is a small country. It definitely looks like Panama to me. We've got this huge car blur. We've also got this taxi behind the wall here. This taxi is the Panamanian / Colombian style. And they used to be one country, so it makes sense. I think this is probably towards Panama City, but it could be west as well. If it's in the west of the country, then we're just screwed for our 24K at least. Now, I'm just noticing this. I think this pole marking on this pole is vertical, and that would lead you towards the east of the country where I wanted to guess anyway. So that confirms my suspicion, I would say. So now we have to absolutely painstakingly line it up here. So I'm gonna try and line up my crosshair here with the where I think the capital city is and just move down until it intersects. One more pixel. I think that's about right. I think it's going to be at least 4,900, but we need 4,900. So if it's even, you know, a few pixels off at this stage, it's not going to be good. But let's see. And okay, I should have actually moved my mouse down more, but it ended up working out for us because it was actually in Cologne. So that was actually closer to the north coast where I clicked. So we need about 100 points here. Very gettable, but at the same time, we need a certain kind of round here. So let's see what we get. And oh no, we need to basically 5K in Norway. Not my favorite country to show up in these circumstances, to be fair, but let's see what we got here. So clearly Norway with these long dashes, and then I'm noticing we have like a lot of like scuffed edges on the side of the road here, like lines in the side of the road. These are often, I think, caused by like snow plows or something to do with snow removal, and so therefore they're more common in the north of the country. But then again, we have a lot of pine trees, and pine trees are more common in the south. So I think this is probably somewhere around here, like this kind of central southern, but not quite all the way south area of Norway. And that's definitely the vibe I get off the trees and the landscape. The hills aren't too big. So we're gonna have to line this up really nicely. I would say about in line with the Sweden label here and just clicking like this. The good thing is the part of Norway I clicked is very thin, so it could be a good guess just based on that fact. But if it's any further south or north, we're not gonna get a 24K. Let's see. Yeah, and it was all the way north there. Okay, didn't get that vibe, unfortunately. So, I mean, a valiant effort on the first one there. Still 22K, and the first 4 guesses were fire. That was the first take, so can't say I didn't try. Oh, I think Russia is not it, but we do have South Mountains. Wait. It's actually got potential. We got South Mountains here and corn. And I think with that combination, we should be somewhere around the Caucasus Mountains over here near Georgia and Turkey. And I would say that it definitely gives me more of a west vibe. So I'm thinking this click here, like around Krasnodar, but a little bit further east should be good. And we're quite close to the hills. So let me actually just line it up as best I can. I think that's about right. Okay, let's click. And okay, it was even further down into the mountains, but 4.6, we'll definitely take that. Okay, good start, good start. Next one here, especially on Russia. Next one here, I know exactly where it is. So I can immediately just tell it's Ecuador because Ecuador is very recognizable for pro players. And what I also notice here is we have a pipe to our right. And when you have pipes running along the side of the road, it's really common in northeastern Ecuador, right on the Colombian border. So I know where to click here, but the trick is to actually click as close as possible. So what I want to do is follow exactly on the equator, because I want to guess on the equator here. And then I want to maybe go 1 pixel down. That's even too much, but I want to go right about, gosh, it's really hard, man. It's like actually aiming like a shooting game or something. Okay, that I think should be my click. Let's see. Oh, not too bad, 60Ks. Oh, I actually went the wrong country. Well, that's gonna happen sometimes in this game mode, but we do lose our country streak, unfortunately, but good score. Definitely good enough to keep us in contention here, and the next one here is also pretty easy. So just like Ecuador, Colombia is another country that at the pro level is just super recognizable, and I think we're there. And with the very green landscape in Colombia, you're pretty much clicking Cochabamba. Problem. That is definitely not an easy task on this map projection, so I feel like it's going to be between the I and the V here, if we can get a little zoom from the editor. Like, it's pretty close in to the mountains, this city, Santa Cruz. I'm thinking that, oh my gosh, it's just so hard to calculate. I think around this should be correct. Okay, 100Ks, yeah. I just couldn't get quite accurate enough. Honestly, all things considered, it was a pretty good plonk. But yeah, the scoring's gonna be too harsh. We can still go for a 23K on this seed, though. And we have Australia. Okay, it's gonna be the case I have to actually identify the road here in order to get a good score. And I'm not quite sure where this is. I feel like it is up towards Darwin, but I don't recognize it, which is a big problem. Oh no, I just saw something. So we have a yellow sticker on the pole here. That yellow sticker is only found in Northern Territory. So that is good. That is confirming basically my theory. So yeah, I would definitely think it's up towards Darwin here. And Darwin is going to be a bit of a difficult click, but I feel like just going like that is going to be enough. Oof. I really don't like it, guys. It's so uncomfortable not being able to zoom. It really is. But let's see here. Ah, further south. I did think of literally this national park, but it's such a small road. It's hard to commit. I definitely went too far north, though. I should have gone further south. But we can still get the 23K, I believe. Final one here is the UAE, so that's going to be fairly straightforward. We can just guess here. No fanciness required. Off in the ocean, but that's obviously a good score. And we get 23,500. Pretty good effort there. I mean, the Australia was the letdown. Everything else is pretty much as good as I could have hoped for. Yes, the Russia. Maybe I could have gone for some extra points there as well, but honestly, pretty good. So let's head in now and try one more time for the 24K on this map, and then we'll try the tiny map. So this one is clearly Bangladesh. Bangladesh is just so easy to recognize. It's got the raised road with the rice paddies in the background, the tin roofs on the houses. It's all super typical for Bangladesh. That being said, I'm not quite sure where in the country I would expect this to be. Probably further west, but at the same time, just really not sure. So I'm just going to go for a hedge here. There's no point in not doing that, I think. And unfortunately, we're on the other side of the country. It's just near Dakar there. Should have gone for the ultimate hedge in the middle, but we still pick up a decent score. Next one here. This is Brazil. Not an easy round. It's very, very obscured by the sun here. So those ones always make life a little more difficult. I don't know where this is, to be honest. Like, the buildings are pretty generic. It kind of feels vaguely northeastern, but yeah, without being able to see the vegetation properly here, I think this one is just a click and go next. I'm gonna go, I just can't tell if these are palm trees in the background here. If they are, it completely changes my guess. In the absence of any information here, I'm just gonna click northeast. A good decision. It ends up being in Bahia, but yeah, obviously not a good score here. So let's just race through this seed. This looks like, what? The polls are weird. This is actually a fairly difficult round. I would say actually Portugal, but the polls almost look round, so that's concerning. It is 2021 copyright, so that probably feels better. Like it's not going to be Greece or anything, so I'll go Portugal. And it was Italy. Yeah, the polls were round. Okay, well, that was actually kind of a difficult round, to be fair. This one, Russia. Gosh, NMPZ Russia is just such a pain. I don't know. It feels like Eastern Russia somewhere. I could see it being all the way out here, but I don't know. I'm just going to hedge. I'm not sure. Oh, I zoomed again, but that was only after I put that marker down. That's okay. It was near Irkutsk there. Not a terrible guess. A very hard seed though so far, and we get blessed with a career for round 5, so we will at least, you know, salvage the seed a little bit here. But this was no good. Obviously 17k, not a great score, especially on this map, which is not too hard. But I think it's time to run it back and go for the 24k on the tiniest map size, no zooming. So we're gonna have to, oh, we can even zoom out further. Wait. Oh, now we're really looking at something hard, guys. I did not realize you could zoom it out even further. So this is the true test now. Can I get something resembling a good score in this fashion? Okay, let's see here. So we should be in Croatia here. The buildings look Croatian. The pole here especially looks Croatian in my opinion. And Croatia is obviously off to the right of Italy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have such good aim. But I'm thinking like that. Ooh, not bad. 89 kilometers on this settings. Definitely we're taking that. This is the UK. UK is honestly a great country to get because it's very easy to aim for. Unless this is Netherlands. Wait, these apartment buildings feel a little bit atypical for the United Kingdom. That being said, we can check the steering wheel here. Steering wheel is on the right, so that means we're in a left-hand drive country, so that means it is indeed the UK. Okay, so that's interesting. What are these apartment buildings doing? They feel pretty southern to me. But then again, I could just as easily see this being Scotland, to be honest. I'm gonna commit to the south idea because I think it's more likely, but honestly, as long as we're decently close here, I'm going to be happy. So let's line it up. We want to come in from this direction or about this latitude here. I think that should be good. Okay, not too bad. It was Wales. That's why it felt a bit weird, but 4.5, we're definitely taking that. We are actually on track for the 24k if we can get some good rounds from here, but I think it's not going to be quite possible. But it's trying to give us a good shot here because this is the UK again. As I said, it's a very good country. This time, also giving me south vibes, I would say. Definitely England, though, this time, I would say. So that's at least like narrowing it down a bit. The architecture just screams England to me. But north or south, that I'm much less sure about. I think I'm just going to go for the big old hedge here. And oh my gosh, without zooming. Okay, let's line it up. So we want to come in from this direction. I want about this latitude. That looks good to me. Just a click in the middle. Let's go for that. Okay, 80 kilometers. It was Birmingham. To be honest, I was aiming for Birmingham. So it would have been even better if I actually went where I aimed. But, you know, on this mode, easier said than done. And, oh my gosh, this could be the seed. Wait, if we get an insane click here, I'm talking if I actually hit Singapore bang on, because this is Singapore, then we could actually still be on for the 24k. But easier said than done, as I've mentioned a number of times. Okay, it's actually so hard to see Singapore, but I know that Singapore is just above the equator. So it is northern hemisphere, but only just. So I want to get like 1 pixel above the equator, and then I want to be in line with this basically. So that's going to be it. And then as soon as we hit the equator, we should click. Yes. Okay. I think I've lined it up. I actually used some tactics here, guys. I said, okay, I want to be just above the equator, came down like this. Let's see if it's accurate. No, it wasn't. Gosh damn it, man. I thought I was being accurate there. It's still a good score. We can still get 23k. That would be very sick. We need a good click here, and it's going to be Bhutan. I feel like Bhutan is super tough because it's not even going to show up on the map. Not at all. Oh my gosh. Okay. Really thinking here, it should be about in line with Bangladesh. It is just basically above Bangladesh, actually. So we want to be about here, and then we want to be in the mountains. Honestly, this should be a decent click. Like, yeah, just lining it up with Bangladesh. I think I'm too far west. Ugh. I really tried. Let's see. Ooh, we almost hit it, but that's going to be a 22.6. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. That, I think it's hard to complain about. How is Singapore the worst round, by the way? And that's the one I specifically lined it up really carefully. I have one more idea. We are now going to play NMPZ 10-second, no moving, panning, or zooming, no zooming on the map. Let's see how we go. Okay. US, or is it Canada? It's Canada. It's Quebec. We want to be like here. It's southern Quebec for sure. Something like that. Oh, how did I miss Quebec by that much? This map is actually so brutal. And by map, I mean this map here. Is it like, I'm gonna go, okay, I reset. I was not paying attention to the timer. This is the real attempt. Okay, that is the northern style Philippines trike. We need to get to Philippines here. Click around there. That should be decent. Okay, it is decent. 4.3. Good start. Good start. Okay, this is actually insane though. Lesotho. No zoom though. About here. This should be a decent click, I think. Let's see. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. But still 4K. We'll take it. Next one. Is it Hungary? Or what? What am I looking at? It's more like Slovakia, I guess, but we're just going to click center of Europe anyway. It is Romania. Okay, that makes sense. I, for some reason, didn't think of it, and I accidentally clicked way too far west. But next one here, that's easy. Uruguay, we're lining up with like here. I think I've clicked on it, actually. Let's zoom in and see. Well, that's decent. Yeah, okay, nice. Well. Okay, we're still cooking. We could still get like a 20K for sure. Okay, oh, Thailand. Okay, I don't want to be too far from the coast here. Let's try that. I think it's decent. It wasn't decent. Oh my gosh. I did a micro adjustment, like 1 pixel adjustment at the end there, and it took me into the ocean. I'm pretty sure it's literally hundreds of kilometers difference can be like 1 pixel on this, but we still got the 20K. And to end out the video, I had to do it, guys. 0.1 second blink mode, plus NMPZ, plus 10-second timer to guess, plus no zooming in onto the tiny map. Let's see how we go here, guys. Okay, lock in. Okay, that was Australia. We're like on this road, somewhere in the center of the country. 3 seconds to make our guess. We're like somewhere around here. Okay. 36 kilometers. Guys, I did an accidental zoom at the end, but it was only after I made my guess. That is insane. 4,900 points. Okay, guys, I'm just having visions of this being a 24K, and I'm getting excited. Come on. Lock in. Okay, that was Korea. Wait, it actually could be happening. I'm just gonna click middle. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's all the way north. Still 4.3. That's really good. We're still on track for 24K with insane guesses. Okay. Is Korea again? This time, I don't know. Is it further north or further south? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna guess. 2 seconds left. Come on. Ooh, it's really good. 100Ks away. That's so good, man. We can still get 23K with this. This would actually be crazy. 23K on this settings. There's no way. Second last one. Ooh, Oman? I think Oman. Need a really accurate click here. Something like that, I think. Ooh, 70Ks! Oh my gosh. I wish the second Korea went better, man. I didn't quite line it up properly, but this is insane. We are literally on track for like a high 23K score right now. This was such a good click. Guys, do you see how good this click is? Like, we're clicking with this much context. Oh, Rwanda. Wait. Oh my gosh, Rwanda's hard. It's about there. Ooh, not bad, man. Not bad. Oh my gosh, 23.5 is actually insane. That's one of the best of, I mean, this was a crazily easy seed. After we got the hard Australia, then we had 2 Koreas, Oman, which was clearly northern, and Rwanda. That is actually a crazy one, guys. And there we go. Let me know what you thought of this. I mean, this was so fun, but also frustrating because I really wanted the 24K. If you want to see me chase the 24K, maybe even with the blink mode, whatever you want to see me do, let me know in the comments. And guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in a video soon. Till next time, and goodbye.